Hello everyone. I thought I'd do a quick video blog update. Um, Lots has been going on. Lots. Listen to my English. A lot has been going on since my last update. Um, so I think I'll just jump right into it. First off, the biggest thing that's happened lately, other than the fact that I still haven't found a job, still been actively looking, but I'll get to that later. Is the fact that I have found my volunteer project of my lifetime. I've always wanted to volunteer. It's always been something that I have really wanted to do. Uh, Not necessarily just to add to my resume, even though that's something nice to be able to boast about, because not everybody will volunteer. But I'm not doing it for prestige or for the fact that hey I did this and that. I've just found something that I really believe in, and the it started very simple. It actually kind of I didn't know it was actually I didn't even know it actually started until it started. I posted on a group that I'm subscribed to on Facebook for Carson, Texas 2016, I believe it was. It's called. It's a major Ben Carson fan group, and so I was like, this is pretty broad. This is the state of Texas. So why not make a sub-region, say, East Texas? And since Nacogdoches, where I live, is deep in the heart of Texas, I mean, we're talking about deep Piney Woods, East Texas. I thought it would create a good fan base. Kind of get involved in the community. I've been into politics for a long time now, and I've been behind Ben Carson since before people were wanting to draft him, for a nominee. So I was like, I think that's a good idea. And I think I just posted that idea that, for the East Texas region, and somebody else decided to create the group. Well, I got in contact with that person, which lives in Lufkin, just down the road here. And come to find out, me and her kind of, talked a little bit, and I kind of took over. I've created a Facebook group page before for a church that I attended when we started a new church in Nacogdoches a couple of years ago, and I started it from the ground up. I created a website, so I had the experience, and so I kind of took over, and I did a few things and everything, and we collaborated. Well, I didn't realize that there was actually a regional director in Tyler that manned these things. And so it kind of was brought to my attention by the Texas administrator or director, and she kind of came to me and she's like, so you need to report to the regional director if you're going to do this. I was like, oh, okay. So that's exactly what I did. I met a wonderful, wonderful person. She's just a joy to work with, and I'm gonna keep her name anonymous just because I don't have her permission to this is my video blog. So, it's been a wonderful experience. It's already been very challenging just because there's so much collaboration, so much disorganization that we're organizing between this and that, and there's a behind the scenes in a way type campaign page that administrators work with, and it's kind of a confusing process, but we're all learning, and I'm having fun doing it. And I think that's what it's all about. Volunteering is supposed to be something that you're passionate about, that you enjoy doing, that you're bettering a cause, and I think that between those three points there, that's the idealistic volunteer experience. So and all three apply to me. So I couldn't be happier at the moment. It'd be better if I had a job, But I've been spending time with it, and kind of, and also spending time, searching and submitting resumes, and I hit the pavement today and actually went physically to a few places. I'm kind of just having to divide my time into what I can, but ultimately, everything's working. I know everything's going to work out. The second thing happened today. The good news is happened today. I was referred to a job posting with with Nacogdoches County for, of all things, a assistant election administrator. I thought that was kind of interesting considering the timing. So they said I could apply online and everything, but I was like, you know what? The applying online hasn't been doing me so good. It's gotten me a whole bunch of interviews, but no job. So I'm like, mm-mm. So I have created. They had their own application, so I filled it out in PDF form, printed it out, signed it, got it ready. Printed out another resume, wrote up a cover letter, and I actually went to Dollar General and bought a bunch of just cheap, folder sleeves. And I've been putting a label on the front to identify myself, so somebody, when I present to a potential employer, it's easier for them to locate my file. And I've chosen bright colors. That's for easy identification. So that's I'm submitting that tomorrow. I've already got it all ready. I'm so thrilled. I'm hoping that I don't just drop it off and that's it. Maybe I'll get lucky and here you go. Luck has nothing to do with it, is what my shirt says, by the way. Oddly enough, I did not actually pick this out, to do my video blog, but it just was it kind of worked for the moment. But maybe, I'll catch their attention with my cover letter, and maybe I'll get to talk to somebody tomorrow. I don't know. And I'm hoping that they're wanting to fill this immediately. When you go unemployed a month and a half, I'm human. I've got bills that they start piling up, and when you start getting late notices and everything, it stresses you out. And so I'm getting to that point. And so yeah. Anyway, so that's what's been going on there. Otherwise, I've just been that's pretty much been the bulk of my time between volunteering with the campaign. I've taken over several counties until we find some administrators for certain East Texas counties. Right now, I'm administrator, at least on a permanent basis, for Nacogdoches and San Augustine counties. That's the ones I put down on a permanent basis. Temporarily, I will be volunteering for Shelby, Sabine, and Panola counties, and Southern Cherokee County. There is somebody already manning Angelina County. And, ex-name the Panola County. So, my regional director informed me today that we do have somebody for Panola County, but we don't have anybody for Rusk County, right north of Nacogdoches. So, if anybody's watching this video, my video blog, and you're interested in finding out more about Dr. Ben Carson, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about him. He's a wonderful person. He's not a politician. I think that is one of the first things that you should know about this wonderful man. There is a movie that was actually made on a biographical point of view called Gifted Hands. If you have not seen this, if you have the ability to, as far as Netflix go or something like that, look it up, watch it. You will absolutely love the movie. It is fantastic. Cuba Gooding Jr. plays Dr. Ben Carson, and he did an award-winning performance. And I can't think of the other lady's name that plays his mother, but she's in some of the Tyler Perry movies. She played the woman on Diary of a Mad Black Woman, the primary character. I forgot her. I just can't remember her name off the top of my head. So he's a fantastic person. He's got lots to offer. A lot. See, there goes my English again. That's East Texas. He's got a lot to offer America. He's a very calm and a very collective man. very passionate, common sense man. That's probably one of the best terms to describe Dr. Ben Carson. Not to mention he's a world renowned top neurosurgeon. He is retired, of course, now. He worked. He was the top neurosurgeon for Johns Hopkins hospital. I don't remember where it's at actually, but in other words, he's had plenty of accomplishments. He knows. Uh, he has knowledge in all kinds of things. So he's very well respected as a man, as a candidate, and is even if you're for somebody else in the Republican Party, or if you're a Democrat, which I know I don't probably have very many Democrats that watch this video, my web blog, because I really don't have many, if any, that I can think of Democrat friends. But regardless, he's worth taking a look at. Even if you disagree with something he says, I think that you should do your due diligence in looking at each individual candidate for who is running for the leader of our country in 2016. Do your homework. It is important. This election is the most important election in our nation's history. It's gonna tell us whether we're gonna grow and come back to a capitalistic society, or it's going to tell us that we're going to be going towards a communist country. And the decision, I really think, lies in the hands, and this is my own personal opinion, in the millennials' hands. I really, really think that. I mean, you're going to have voters of all ages, of course, and I believe every single American should vote. I mean, whether they vote for Dr. Ben Carson or not, you need to vote. And if you don't vote, personally, you lose a little respect with me. I don't care if there's, I've heard, I don't like any of them. Well, choose the lesser of evils, is what I say. If that's the way you look at it. But do your homework. This decides whether or not it makes it easier for you to live, or if it makes it harder, because there's some people that want to raise your taxes, some people who want to do this. I mean, you've got Bernie Sanders, who is a self-avowed socialist on the Democrat side, that wants to tax the rich 90%. If you tax the rich, who create jobs, by the way, like Donald Trump, if Donald Trump was taxed at 90%, there would be no jobs created, and he's created millions. I mean, well, not millions. Well, he's created quite a bit of jobs. I don't know the numbers, but that's common sense. I don't understand these people who want to raise taxes and raise them, and especially on the rich. The Democrats are so big on the one percenters and the rich. You don't understand. If you tax more people that are creating the jobs, they can't create the jobs because they're paying the government more taxes. That's just common sense. These are not difficult, scenarios. I mean, use your God-given brain, which is actually something that Dr. Ben Carson, who is a brain surgeon, will tell you. Use your brain. So, that's just what I've got to say about that. And if you're interested in, by the way, in looking into either becoming a supporter of Dr. Ben Carson, you can look us up on Facebook. Just type in on the search bar East Texas counties for Carson 2016. You'll be able to. It's a closed group, but you'll be able to become a member. And of course, we're just one group. Of East Texas. That's hence the name. There's also the I suppose it's the main hub for Dr. Ben Carson, and I believe it's Texas Carson 2016 or something. It'll come up if you do a search on Ben Carson for Facebook. But he has a lot to offer, and I'm looking forward to continuing my volunteering experience with him. And again, if you have any questions, you're welcome to personally ask me on Facebook, or you can ask. You can always email. I believe his website is runbenrun.org. I think is it. You can also actually, the main one you should probably decide to go to find out more information. The main one that really matters would be www.2016committee.org. .com or .org. I think it's .org. Again, Google search it. These, come on, use your brain. Google it. So, anyways, until next time, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know where to find me. So, until next time, y'all, God bless, and see you later. Have a good one. Bye.